The people of the Southeast have been urged to partner President Bola Tinubu in the development of the country and to vote en bloc for him in the 2027 election. The call was made by the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, in Abia State during the inauguration of Renewed Hope Partners by Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu. The national chairman was represented by the Southeast Zonal Chairman of the APC, Emma Enuku, and he appealed to the people of Southeast to give their votes to President Bola Tinubu.
From today, I am the ambassador of President Tinubu. I declare that from today, I am the ambassador of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So help me God. And you are hereby declared partners of Renewed Hope Partners.
Well, let's bring in the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu. He joins us on the news at 10. It's good to have you join us on the news at this time. A very interesting chance there. Them, of course, declaring their support for President Bola Tinubu. Do you believe President's administration has done enough to have a comeback in the year 2027? And how do you plan to mobilize support for him in the Southeast?
Yes, thank you very much. Since assuming office in May 29, 2023, the President Tinubu's administration has implemented bold reforms and policies that are already reshaping Nigeria's future. So the Renewed Hope agenda of Mr. President is not just a slogan. It is a comprehensive blueprint for both economic revitalization, social welfare, security, as well as national development. And if we break it down further, you will find out that the removal of the oil subsidy has freed up resources for critical sectors in our country, resulting to about a 50% reduction in oil and gas importation, petrol importation especially, and doubling the government's revenue from what it used to be to over 9.1 trillion in the first half of 2024. Compared to the previous year. Let me also say that he has done well with the unification of the FX market, which has reduced arbitrage, which has increased transparency and boosted the confidence of investors in our country. So Nigeria's economy recorded at least 3.84% in GDP growth in Q4 of 2024. Let me also say that we are experiencing an annual growth rising that is up to 3.40%, in 2024 from what it used to be, which he met in 2023 at 2.74%. So through targeted intervention, I am sure that that is the impact that we are feeling with regards to the reduction in the inflation rate, which has dropped from 34.6% to the current 23.71%, if I'm right. Staple food like rice, maize, and sorghum has declined by over 25% in the first quarter of 2025. And when you talk about his policies and the intervention that will make him, Nigerians want to make him to come back, they include the launch of Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation, the Credit Corp, with over 200 billion naira in funding that is set to bring consumer credit to 50% of Nigerians' working population by the year 2030. That is empowering citizens to access essential goods and services across the country. So when you ask me more, and I will tell you that Nigeria has achieved a trade surplus of 3.42 trillion, which is an equivalent of $2.25 billion in Q4 of 2024, driven by increased export, driven by international agencies having confidence in the policies of Mr. President, especially Fitch and SP Global, that have upgraded Nigeria to a stable
can I just cut in a bit? I understand that you're really very interested in statistics out there, and people really, particularly those on the streets, are interested in how this would really, when it would translate to more money in our pockets. But while we applaud this midterm reviews and the statistics that you've reeled out, let's talk about aligning, or should I say closing ranks with opposition party, and particularly how you plan to galvanize support in the Southeast. How do you respond to critics who argue that the APC's call for block voting in the Southeast may undermine the democratic process?
Oh, the people vote others into leaders into position based on what they have experienced in their type and style of leadership. If the leadership has been impactful, people don't remember political party colors. And I can assure you that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, through his policies, have, in my region, impacted well. And I say this because when you think about the Southeast Development Commission, people just see it as one of those commissions. It is not. For 5 decades, a promise was made 55 years ago, and nobody had the courage to fulfill those promises. And those promises were what made the region feel alienated, marginalized, cut out, made the region feel that the principle of inclusiveness in governance was not being carried out by various, administrations. But when the president came on board, because he believes in equity, he believes in fairness, it's not just about politicking or it's about campaign words. This is what he believes in. These are his principles. These are his political philosophies. He exemplified that by assenting to that bill, which I was able to sponsor, even though it has failed in previous time. What has that done to Southeast? It has given the Southeast a better spectacle to view the administration. And they are viewing it with that sense of belonging, that feeling we should be part of this progress. And I want to commend the people who took over the mantle of leadership in SEDC. Remember, people said that the president would not assent, he assented. People said president would not constitute the board, he constituted the board. People said president would not fund it, he funded. Now the dynamic team are already on the road. Have you seen their 100 days in office report? That shows a roadmap of where they are headed. And that has woken up the spirit, that makes the Southeasterners feel this is the direction to go. We are tired of sitting on the fence. And I am one of those advocates that said, I don't want my people to sit on the fence or waste our vote year in, year out. We must form partnership across the country, form partnership with the government at the center. That is the only way, through negotiation, through deliberation, not through coercion, not through force, not through violence, that we can push the agenda of the region from where it is to where it ought to be.
As Deputy Speaker, how do you plan to ensure that that happens, particularly the Southeast interests are represented in the National Assembly? And talk to us about some of the initiatives you will or are championing to promote regional development.
When you talk about regional development, I was just telling you about Southeast Development Commission, and the agenda of Southeast Development Commission trickles down to impact the people of the Southeastern region in no small way. And the dividends of democracy that will come from those interventions, I can assure you, is going to pulling more love for this administration. And we are setting up this particular Renewed Hope partnership. What we intend to do with this is that, you see, information is power. And most of the work of this administration does not trickle down to the grassroots, in the language they are supposed to understand. So if it means interpreting it in Igbo, we will do that. If we are going to Yoruba land, we interpret it in Yoruba, we will do that. If it means going to Efik and we interpret it in those languages, we are going to break down the sources of the agenda in small terms, in little languages that will make people embrace it more, where they can feel it. We'll tell them the Renewed Hope agenda is 1, 2, 3, 4. It is being implemented by 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is why you are feeling the impact in 7, 8, 9, 10. This is what is needed in this administration. If we can push this information down to the grassroots, then grassroots will have more confidence in this administration. So when it comes to election, I can guarantee that because knowledge is power, they have already known the administration.
I'm afraid,
they are not feeling
Deputy
alienated
Speaker,
from the administration. There is transparency. There is this sense of inclusion. They will vote this president back. Because, to be honest, forget that I'm a member of APC. The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is doing well. He's doing well, and he wants to leave a mark for this government, for this country, in various sectors. And if you give me time, in fact, I'm promising TVC a one-hour interview.
Yeah, we'll definitely try to bring you back. We'll try to bring you back. We'll try to bring you back sometime later this week. Hopefully, you will get to speak with us later this week, and then you can, talk to us more about how you intend to garner support for the president in the Southeast. Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much for having me, and I hope to be with you sometime this week.